Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, and let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. Let rain roll, let rain
And good morning. Welcome to Today to Races here at Laurel Park. I'm Stan Salter. There's Keith Fustel out by the Laurel Park paddock. Now, we've had a lot of rain here this morning. We're off the turf. The main track will be sloppy. We'll get to the track and weather conditions in a second, but we have a nice carryover to get the week going. Keith, how are you?
I'm doing well. A little chilly out here.
Yeah, the rain's coming down. November's coming. Fall is here.
Yeah,
here.
The rain. It was like a monsoon driving into lovely Laurel today.
All right, well, we all made it here. Let's check out the Rainbow Pick 6. That's going to start race 3, $7,665 for the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Starting race 3. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for that. I have a ticket today for both Pick 5s. All of our tickets can be found on the website, laurelpark.com. Underneath the handicapping section, read about all the latest mail and racing news on the website as well, laurelpark.com. Let's show you a picture of the main track here. We're washed off the turf today. A lot of rain. There's a storm blowing through Thursday. Do we have the track and weather conditions? There we go. So the main track is sloppy. Your thoughts on how you think the sloppy main track will play today, Keith?
I'll tell you, it remains to be seen, Stan. You see some interesting days where, sometimes the speed just takes off and goes. But, we're lucky here. Like I say, we said it time and time again. At Laurel, Pimlico, you don't usually see a ton of biases develop. But, let's watch the first 2 or 3 races. You don't want to just jump out and make a decision on what you think the track's going to be. You got to let it play out a little bit and go from there. But it looks good. They've done what they can. We got a sealed, sloppy surface. It's not going to change. It's going to stay wet all day here in the Laurel area.
All right, so adjust your handicapping accordingly. We'll try to find you some off-track winners today. Let's show you how you can watch and bet all the action with your favorite ADW First Bet. New sign-ups to First Bet. If we have that First Bet board, go ahead, pop it up, go for it, get crazy. There we go. You get an instant $10 credit and up to a $500 bonus with First Bet. New signups use that promo code 500MJC with First Bet. You get AI-assisted picks, free HD video. You can bet over 300 tracks anywhere on First Bet. So new signups use the promo code 500MJC and get that $10 credit and up to a $500 bonus. We also have something going on with the Breeders' Cup. Do we have a Breeders' Cup board? Okay, there we go. Breeders' Cup. There's something there was a First Bet Breeders' Cup board, but we'll go with this Breeders' Cup board. So we're a week tomorrow. Tomorrow is what we're a week away from the Breeders' Cup, Keith. So we'll have some local Maryland interest to root on in the Breeders' Cup. The Preakness winner, Swiss Skydiver. Where would you go? Whether the distaff or would you take on the boys again in the Classic for Swiss Skydiver, Keith?
I'd go distaff. That's just me.
Yeah, she'd be the heavy favorite in there. She'd be tough to beat. Even if she wins the distaff, she's still a candidate for Horse of the Year, I think. If she were to win the Classic, she'd be Horse of the Year hands down. But I think with a win in the distaff, she's still a good candidate for Horse of the Year. So that's our Preakness winner, Swiss Skydiver. Where will she go in the Breeders' Cup next Friday and Saturday down there in Lexington, Kentucky at Keeneland? Let's tell everybody about the Stronach 5 tomorrow here at Laurel Park, the popular national wager with that guaranteed $100,000 pull, industry low, 12% takeout for the Stronach 5. It starts Laurel Park, race 7 tomorrow. Now that race is scheduled to go in 5.5 on the turf, so we'll have to keep an eye on the weather for tomorrow. So the first leg, Laurel Park, race 7, that's a big field, 3:28 Eastern time. The start of tomorrow's Stronach 5, Laurel Park, race 7. Leg B is Gulfstream Park West, race 8. Leg C, Laurel Park, race 8. That's a dirt race. That's a nice allowance race. And then leg D, of the Stronach 5's Laurel Park Race 9. That's also on the main track. Then we wrap it up on the over there at Golden Gate, Leggy, Golden Gate Fields, Race 3. So we'll keep an eye on the weather for tomorrow's Stronach 5. But let's get right to it today. Race 1 is going to kick off the popular early pick 5 this after. Every day, Race 1 kicks off the early pick 5. Mandatory payout on the early pick 5 with that industry low 12% takeout. Early pick 5 on Maryland Million Day last Saturday paid over $8,500. You had that big long shot winner, Glengar, blowing things up in race 5. I should have had Glengar with Toledo. My goodness. But yeah, let's take a look at my ticket today. I have a couple $48 plays for the pick 5s. Here's my ticket. Hopefully I'm live after race 2 because I go 4 deep looking for a little price in races 1 and 2. Race 3 is going to be my single. That's Claudio Gonzalez, our leading trainer, with the 4 Queen of Tomorrow, 2-time winner in the off-going Angel Cruz rides the 4 Queen of Tomorrow. So she'll be the favorite in race 3. I key on her, then 4-6 in race 4, and then 5-11-12. That's a nice maiden special weight that comes off the turf in race 5. And the other race that comes off the turf in this early pick 5 sequence is race 3. Race 3 comes off the turf going a flat mile on the main track. But here we go in the opener. Race 1 originally carded main track, 6 furlongs, claiming 5,003 and up. The old-fashioned wide-open nickel here in race 1. The 5 Ticker Tape Parade had a sharp win last out at Pimlico late September. Let's show you that win for the 6-year-old son of Congrats. It was his 5th lifetime win. Here's the start of that race, Keith.
Yeah, how about this? Just taking up pretty sharply at the break. Now, granted, the one thing against Ticker Tape Parade, he was on his home track, trains at Pimlico, but he was really ready to go. Came into that race with a very sharp workout over the Pimlico surface and gets taken up at the break. And taken up here at the 4.5, I should say. Steady there, taken up sharply. Heading to the turn, but really recovers nicely. Rides to the best part of the racetrack stand. You got to the inside, and he's able to get through and just opens up and sustains against this field this particular afternoon. He comes back in a race now off track. He's yet to win on an off track in 7 tries, but there is plenty of speed to target, even with the scratch for the 1 higher purpose. I expect this flow to be pretty good, so he'll be hopefully getting a good break, settling off of that pace and making that 1 run.
All right, so we both used the 5 Ticker Tape Parade in the mix. We don't pick them on top, but we both used the 5. You go with the 2 on top here, Tambora, for trainer Carlos Mancia. This 5-year-old had a big win against Open Nickel Company last June. What was he that day? It was 63-1 that day. Yeah, he won't be 63-1 today, but a nice 4-1 here on the 2 Tambora.
Yeah, he's got some speed and he's got some fight in him when right. I liked a little bit of a freshening for him this afternoon. Last 30 days, 6 for 22 is the Mancia barn with a good ROI. A couple wins here at Laurel, but they're doing well. We had a big winner the other day, charged to victory for that barn. So I think Tambora is going to be a major player all the way from start to finish. Just get a good break. This horse will fight.
All right, I used the 2. I put the 6 on top here. Greeley's Banker for trainer Jose Cameo. Jamie Rodriguez has been winning races since coming to town here at Laurel Park. And this 4-year-old by Greeley's Galaxy had a nice win last out. I was against 8,000 claimers, never won 4 lifetime up there at Monmouth. The lone try here at Laurel last June against 16,000 3 Life Company that day. That was a nice win. I think this horse gets a nice trip with that early speed on the outside. Rodriguez can have a couple different options here on the 6 Greeley's Banker.
Yeah, I don't know if he's quite as fast as Tambora, given just a clean break for both of these horses. He did ride the wave of the racetrack on June the 12th when he got that win, but sharp move. They get the win off the claim, right back for the nickel, kind of a lateral move, I think, Stan. This barn's been about 15-16% second off the claim with the dirt runners of recent note. So, yeah, Greeley's Banker, I think, will get a very good stalking trip in here. Let's see if he can sustain that run into the speed of Tambora.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses here, just in a little different order in race 1. Keith, you like the early pick 4, starts in race 2. Let's check out your ticket and see how you play it.
Yeah, it's a very affordable ticket, $18. We go 2 deep to get you started with Miss Leslie and Mischief's Model. A couple of these 2-year-old fillies with some experience. Race 3, we go 3 deep with the 2, 4, 11. Race 4, 3 deep again with the 3, 4, and 6. Salamina, I think we have a video for that one and a stat. But the 3, I'm going to try to pull a minor upset with Tappett's Girl. In race 5, we'll round it out, stand with the 5, first-time starter here for Brittany Russell. And the 9, Hey Babe. So there's your ticket, $18.
All right, starts race 2. Race 2 originally on the main track, 6 furlongs, maiden claiming $40,000 for 2-year-old fillies. I go with the 8 on top. So do you. Mischief's Model's going to be the favorite here for Claudio Gonzalez. This filly costs $200,000 as a yearling at Keeneland. She's by the world's hottest sire into Mischief. Let's check out the race October 8th right here at Laurel Park at this maiden 40 level. Here's the start.
Yeah, the key there just broke in a little bit, but also came away a step slow in this particular race. So inward a little bit, off a little slow, and then has to go up and recover after that beginning stand. And making a move into a pretty good pace of 22 and 4, that's going to affect things, no doubt. But this horse holds on well. I think Duel's kind of its command and here mid-turn is able to open up. It can't hold off Bucky's Charm. Bucky's Charm ran a big one this particular afternoon. But the break, that's going to be the key for Mischief's Model. I think the off-track is not going to be an issue whatsoever. The sibling stand, 5 for 17. Combined on an off track. So the breeding's there to suggest this horse is going to relish the wet surface this afternoon.
All right, good note there. She should get a good trip on the outside for top connection. So we both go with the 8 Mischief Model on top. The 6 Miss Leslie for trainer Anthony Lynch. Ran a good debut against Maiden 25. A good second that day behind Trip to Freedom. That was the Ricky Silliman horse that came back and was third in the Maryland Million Lassie. So Miss Leslie is coming out of a strong race. You get McCarthy back aboard today, 2-year-old daughter of Painter for trainer Anthony Lynch. We both use the 6 here.
Absolutely. Certainly warrants a little bit of a jump up, Stan, in claiming price up to the 40 this afternoon. Very good effort. Kind of followed some horses, angled out. Was never really kind of hampered it all around a turn. A clean run when angling out with run mid-turn, but Trip to Freedom just too good. Came back to run a 66 in the Maryland Million Lassie. Led till very late in that particular race. Yeah, Miss Leslie going to be tough.
And the other Lynch, Anthony's dad, Cal Lynch, with the 4 Targe, a Will Take Charge filly. Laurel Glazier will ride. This horse was 11-1 in debut and ran a good 4th in an 8-horse field. Only got beat 2.5. Gets Glazier back aboard today. You have to think this filly, by a top sire, Will Take Charge, doing pretty well as a sire. You have to think this filly got some good education and experience out of that debut effort at the maiden 40 level back in October. Comes out of the same race as Mischief Model. So if you like Mischief Model, you have to like the 4 Targe a little bit.
Lynch has had tremendous success second career start.
Yep.
He's over 30% with that kind of move. I'm a little worried. Bottom side, off track. Top side, saw some stats on Will Take Charge. Only about 8% with the off track runners. But Targe certainly eligible to improve a little bit, maybe turn the tables on Mischief's Model here. You've got the 7 here, firster, right? Mayfield of Dreams for Michael Merriman. Certainly going to be an up-and-comer. I guess an up-and-comer right now, but looks to establish himself here on the Maryland circuit.
Yeah, he's having a big year, hitting at 27%, so that caught my eye. Fedbiz, a decent 7,500 sire. This is a homebred for Warning Drums Racing. Some okay works over there at Pimlico. Forest Boyce will ride. I just think this horse will be bigger price than what she should be. So I throw her in the mix. I throw her in the exacta. But we both go with the 8 Mischief Model on top here in race 2. Race 3 comes off the turf. Race 3, we're now going a flat mile on the main track. 25,000 starter allowance. We kick off the Rainbow Pick 6 here in race 3. The Super High 5 starts also in race 3. That's a low 15% takeout for the Super High 5. We also start the Rainbow Pick 6 in race 3 today. That's what it says on the PPs. Okay, there we go. So the Rainbow Pick 6 does start in race 3. There's the carryover, $7,665. Tim Tulloch has a ticket for it. Let's check it out and see how he plays it. There we go, $57.60 play. Race 7, let's check out how he plays the feature. Race 7, a nice allowance race, 5.5 on the main track now. He goes with the 4 Animated Moon. The 8's going to be tough in there, and the 10 will be tough in there as well. He goes 4, 8, 10 in race 7. Let's check out race 3 here. We're going, I couldn't get my pages turned.
Okay.
So we'll just talk about race 3. Going a flat mile, 25,000 starter allowance. Filly Marriage never won. 3 are the conditions. The 4 Queen of Tomorrow, my key horse on the early pick 5. She's a 2-time winner in the off-going. 3-year-old filly by Bandbox for Claudio Gonzalez. She's been in razor-sharp form her last 4 races. Her last 2 times on an off-track, 2 big wins right here at Laurel Park, and she's been running well against allowance company, starter allowance, in her last couple races. She has a little early speed, or she can come from off the pace, so I think lots to like here about the favorite, the 4 Queen of Tomorrow.
Yeah, her ability to handle the distance and her versatility, Stan, right? She's able to kind of come from a little bit further off if necessary. Looking at the field, I don't think she's going to be terribly far back against this group. Just couldn't quite hold off Patriotic Punch, a pretty hot horse of late. Pretty extreme. The shipper out of that same race on October the 17th that the favorite came out of, Queen of Tomorrow. Pretty extreme, ran pretty good. It was weird. You call him that race, kind of dropped back and then came again. I like the late life that this horse has shown. The ability to handle the off-track is good. 2 for 3 on an off-track. You see a big win, a good number, 72 Buyer at Delaware, 3 races back on a sloppy sealed surface. I expect her to be a little bit closer than what she was in that sprint last time out.
All right, so we both go 4, 2, 11 here in race 3. We both so the 11 on the outside. That's
the other
my
Claudio.
Queen Michelle for Claudio. Rosado rides. This filly's been running against tough company, 2 other than allowance company. She was an okay 4th last out behind Queen of Tomorrow.
Yeah, and you look at the company line, back on a sloppy sealed surface in February behind Artful Splatter. Maybe that last race, the number, an indicator that she's coming back to a top effort. If she is, she certainly can be right there and give her stablemate, a fit through the stretch.
The 8 Bethabara might slip away at a nice price. She had a nice maiden score on a sloppy track last February here at Laurel Park.
Yeah, finished up decent final quarter mile that time. It's a little bit better group, but the ability, again, to get the distance. She's shown she can handle this. The mile's going to suit her just fine.
All right, so Claudio Gonzalez is going to be tough here in race 3 as the favorite, the 4 Queen of Tomorrow, our top pick. He also has the 11, My Queen Michelle. Let's get a quick commercial break. The late pick 5, no carryover. They hit it last Sunday. We had a big carryover last Sunday from Maryland Million Day, so no carryover today in the late pick 5. I have a ticket. We'll check it out right after this.
And here comes Point of Entry.
Point of Entry's taking the lead.
Point of Entry wins.
Placou Parfait is finishing hard along the inside. Placou Parfait takes out the Derby.
All right, welcome back. Today's late pick 5 starts race 4, no carryover, but as always, that industry low, 12% takeout. I have a ticket. Let's check it out, see how I play it. A $48 ticket. You can check out both my tickets, studying some more on the website, laurelpark.com, underneath the handicapping section. Here we go, $48 ticket. I go 4 deep in races 4 and 5. My single is going to come in race 7. I single on the 10 on the outside. Ego Man gets Jevion Toledo aboard for trainer Jorge Duarte Jr. Ego Man in good form, has some early speed, good outside post. So I single on the 10 Ego Man for this late pick 5. Let's take a look here. Race 4. Race 4, we're going 6 furlongs. Maiden claiming $40,000 for the 2-year-old fillies. A few scratches here in the opener. Take out the 1 Moon Safe and the 2 Cue the Band. I like both those fillies. 1, 2 are out though. And also take out the 7 Start with a Bang out of race 4. I go with Always Mining's half-sister, the 4 Always in Motion for trainer Michael Matz. 2-year-old daughter of Fast Anna gets Jevion Toledo to ride. A nice bullet workout at Fair Hill 2 starts ago, going 5/8 on the Tapeta. Matt's doing okay this year with 2-year-olds. He's had some nice 2-year-olds, and you get Toledo. So I go with the 4 Always in Motion on top.
Yeah, Matt's ROI stand the last 3 years on the dirt with the 2-year-old firsters. It's $4, over $4, $4.12. So, yeah, that speaks volumes. Fast Data, the Stallion, 16% with the first-time starters you talked about. The family there always mining. I go with the 3, Tapits Girl. Just kind of got chewed up in a pace battle against a horse that had a little bit more experience in debut, but I think this horse is going to be okay. Second dam, really liked the off-track, made about 90,000. Internal fractions that day were good. Comparatively to 3 other than boys, 22 and I think it was 21.4, 45 and maybe 44 and a tick or two. I tell you, this horse is fast, and I think once again she's going to like the off track. Need a clean break. She'll go longer, I believe, than what she did in that debut.
All right, you'll probably get a nice price. I overlooked the 3, Tapits Girl, a bit. You'll probably get a nice price. Miguel Vera has 2 for 2 this fall. Had that big long shot winner.
Yeah.
I think when you're out of town that one week, he had a big, I think first-time Lasix or something was a big long shot winner.
Right.
So, all right, so this barn's dangerous. I don't use the 3. You'll probably get a nice price on the 3, Tapits Girl. We have a video of Salamina's debut late September at Pimlico against Maiden Special Weight. Here's the start for Salamina.
Yeah, Salamina came away pretty good in that big field. Took some play, too, but down about 7-1. Was positioned forwardly, but wide. Caught out there on the 24th. You want to be towards the inside these early days at Pimlico. But you see the jock there, well in hand, and just off, the pace. They weren't blazing, 23-3. Yet I know that start, it's very little run-up at Pimlico at the 6 furlong distance, which makes a little bit of a move here into the leaders. This is the race Whiskey and Rye just absolutely whistled. A little trouble top of the stretch, gets a little bit of a bump, and then fades slightly. I think Salamina, second time out, is going to be the key. And O'Dwyer, we've got a stat on O'Dwyer regarding these second out horses that's going to say, okay, we've got to take notice of Salamina here in race 4. Last 2 years on the dirt, 5 for 27. That's 29%. 14 for 27 in the money. 2-year-olds, second career start, ROI of 403. Yeah, that first race is going to definitely help her chances today.
Yeah, nice Maryland bred filly here. She cost $65,000 at the OBS sale last April. You get McCarthy aboard. She took a little play in debut. You saw that little bump that she had to overcome turning for home. So I used the 6 Salamina. We both used the 6 Salamina here in this race. We both like the 9 as well on the outside. Fast Fashion for Trombetta, 2-year-old daughter of Shanghai Bobby. Gets a decent outside post. She's been working okay up there at Fair Hill. She only cost $20,000 as a yearling at Keeneland. That's I'd like to have a nice little $20,000 yearling from Keeneland, wouldn't you?
Wow, that would be nice. And you're looking at the off track should be okay. First photo race out of this mare. This mare did, I believe, one debut back in 09. I'm going on the way back at Belmont with a 68. So yeah, you got a little precocity there in the breeding as the rain just strengthens here at Laurel by the paddock.
I see it behind you. Hopefully you're under some good cover out there by the paddock. All right, so race 4 kicks off the late pick 5. Race 5 comes off the turf. Race 5, we're now going a mile on the main track. Maiden Special Weight for 2-year-old fillies. Take out the 1, 2, 4. The 6 and the 7 come out. Take out the 13 and the 14 as well. I end up on the 5, our Bernardini first-time starter for Brittany Russell. The barn's 30% recently with a positive ROI with their first-time starters. She gets Sheldon Russell to ride her husband. They're 32% and a nice positive ROI. They paid $150,000 for this filly as a yearling at Keeneland. She's out of a broad brush mare. I like that. Some nice works right here at Laurel Park. So lots to like here for the Bernardini filly, Gerardini. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Gerardini for the 5.
Challenging the horses with some distance in the workouts in the morning, right? And I think maybe this is what they were hoping all along, that this race came off the turf. 7 winning siblings in this. How about that? Half to a multiple grade 2 winner in Brush by Star. Made $650,000. Let's call it that. But just the record, of what she's done. I mean, just done a phenomenal job. Coming onto the scene a few years ago and just picking up the right kind of clients, but doing right by the clients. Just these horses are performing day in and day out. Deadly first time out is Brittany Russell.
All right, so we both go with the well-bred filly for a top up-and-coming trainer, the 5 on top. We both like the 11 here, Momentita from Michael Matz. It's a nice homebred for Helen Groves. Julian Pimentel will ride. Pimentel's aboard for the debut. A good second, going a mile on the turf, maiden special weight. And she was, I don't know what happened up there at Belmont. She didn't have the best trip up there at Belmont, but she's dead fit now. She's had 2 races going a mile on the turf. Now she can go a mile on the main track today and handle it no problem. She's out of that good curling mare by a top sire, so we both like the 11 Momentita.
Yeah, and I'm going to throw the 9 in here. Here's the second out angle again for Cal Lynch. 2-year-old filly by Kitten's Joy out of a Distorted Humor mare. Okay, there's some off track. We can see that. But tried turf in debut, went evenly going a route of ground. Back to the dirt. When you look at it, the siblings, they're all dirt. I mean, they won on the dirt. I think the one of the halves was 4 for 9, 3-time winner going long on the main track. So, yeah, I think Hey Babe is really going to move up on the switch to the main track today.
All right, so nice maiden special weight for the 2-year-old fillies here in race 5 to kick off the late pick 4. Race 6 originally carded on the main track, going a flat mile, claiming 8,000 3-year-olds and upward. We both like the 9 here. We have a video spotlight of the 9. Let's hit that video. The 9 is a Divine Interventio. Here's the race from September 3rd.
Yeah, interesting. They tried the turf last time out. I don't know, kind of, the Virginia bred race, I guess the restricted race. But we're going to go back to September 3rd, where this horse just settles in off of the battle up front. But just look at the run. Katie Davis has this one relaxed. I've always liked Divine Intervention. Very, a cool horse, versatile horse, short, long, it doesn't really matter. Finds a seam here, top of the stretch, is going to grab command coming to the 8th pole and just go clear by about 2. Over decent field for open 12.5. We're back to 8,000 here this afternoon. He's going to take plenty of play. Just toss the last. And I don't know what happened at Penn. I thought that horse should have run better up there. But back on the Laurel main track, where he's 5 for 18, 14 of 18 in the money, he's going to be tough.
Yeah, you get Katie Davis, Hugh and Katie, a solid 19% together, 21% everywhere else. Nice, cool 7-year-old. He's made a bunch of money, 8-time winner. So I throw the 9 into the mix as well here. We both go with the 6 on top, though. The 6 Cuzzies Western, the 8-year-old for Kieran McGee. He's very capable at this level. He was razor sharp earlier this past summer, last winter. He was in razor sharp form. He came back with a big win early July, and he's been in good form since. A good second last out up there at Delaware against Open 12.5. So now he drops back down to the 8,000 level. Last time he was in for this level, a big second behind Jack Strait, who would come back to win. That was going 6 furlongs. It was flying late that day. So he likes it a mile. He's a 6-time winner going a mile, so we both have the 8-year-old Cuzzies Western on top.
He's like an ATM machine, this guy, right? He's always around the money, and I think that Delaware Sprint's going to set him up well against this particular group. I think he's got the speed to put himself right into the mix early. He's okay on a wet track. I'm not terribly concerned about that, but he's got staying power as well. Expect a big effort from Cuzzies Western on or near the lead this afternoon.
All right, the 10, we both like the 10. This horse is in good form right now. Brutus for Dale Capuano. Roymos Torinos rides his 4-year-old son of Ghost Zapper. Last 3 races, all big positive efforts. He's won 2 of his last 3. 69 Buyer speed figure last out. That was a 12.5. Never won 3 life at Delaware. So the water gets a little deeper. This is probably a step up for the 10 Brutus, but he's in good form. So I'll take a shot with this Ghost Zapper 4-year-old stepping up today at a decent 6-1.
Yeah, he might come down a little bit off of that. Fast Master and Girls Love Me stand the 2 back race. They're improving kind of horses right now. They've been running well. Good win at Delaware Park. Bottom side. Never been on the off track. Look at that bottom side. The mare by Montbrook. I mean, that's one of my favorite off track stallions on the go back, Montbrook. So yeah, Brutus. Numbers maybe a little light on the dirt, but that key on that bottom side might just kind of boost those a bit this afternoon.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses here. We both used the 1 in the mix, scratched the 1A, but we both used the 1 star in the making for Jamie Ness. Jamie Rodriguez will ride. An okay second last out against Open 6250 at Delaware. Had a good second 3 starts ago against Open 12-5 company at Penn National. Didn't break very well in that race, 2 back at Monmouth. Forget about that race. But it's a nice 6-year-old. He's been in the money a couple times from 3 starts in the off-going.
I like the way this rider's been riding. I really never knew much about him. I've watched him closely here the last few days of racing, and he's got some talent, and he'll get this horse in position around the turn to bring a finish.
Yeah, Jamie Rodriguez had a nice win on Maryland Million Day on that heavy favorite Odd Gal last Saturday. All right, let's turn the page here. Race 7 to kick off the late daily double. It's a nice first level allowance. It comes off the turf, 5.5 furlongs on the main track now for race 7. We both go with the 10. Well, we both like the 10. You go with the 8 on top. Let's start, though, with the 10. Eagle Man entered main track only for this race by trainer Jorge Duarte Jr., 3-year-old by Constitution, the young Tappet sire, Constitution, the sire of Tiz the Law. Jevion Toledo on the 10, Eagle Man. Last couple have been very positive. A nice maiden special weight win, 2 back at Delaware. He went right to the front that day. He rallied from off the pace last out against Allowance Company up there at Delaware. Just got beat a neck at 8-1. Ran a 74 buyer speed figure. So his last 3 indicate this 3-year-old Eagle Man's going in the right direction. I think he gets a nice trip on the outside with Toledo. This will be his first try on the off-going, so that's a little bit of a question mark. But he has some early speed. I think Toledo gets the 10 Eagle Man in good position early on.
Yeah, and pay attention to the racetrack. If it plays a little bit high and wide, Stan, he has a little bit of rating gear as well, and there is some speed to his inside, and even that he can kind of just sit and make that little move maybe mid-turn to attack the speed. So Eagle Man well placed today, to kind of measure the speed up front. He can kind of into the turn. Okay, do I want to go or just want to sit and let them battle and then make that move? I like Rock the Comet as a price shot. It's hard to separate the 4 and the 10. They come out of that same race at Delaware. But Rock the Comet, interesting little move off time. Last time out, you can just forget that race back in January. But I tell you, there was wet track on the family, the bottom side. They're protecting this horse. Ran an okay number at 2. You're getting Gary Cap at a decent little price. They're probably falling there about maybe that 5-6-1 range, I'm hoping. I think this horse has got enough speed to set things up and make a run fresh, ready to go. Usually like Gary second off a break. I think this one's going to be ready to go.
All right, so we like the same 4 horses, just in a little different order here for race 7. The 4 Animated Moons and been in good form. This 3-year-old by Fast Anna's never run a bad race, never been off the board. Carol Sedania rides for Flint Sights today. The horse broke its maiden on a muddy track last January. It was DQ'd that day, but that's okay. The horse ran well at Laurel on a muddy track. So this is an interesting horse, and he'll be one of the favorites, I think, for this race.
Yeah, I mean, he's showing what he is. Is he going to get any better than that? I'm not sure, but I tell you, he's consistent. You talked about it, hasn't been off the board on the dirt. Another one. I think this horse is kind of can target the speed. Has the ability to kind of sit a couple lengths out of it. Maybe the legit closer, other than my 8 horse in this group.
All right, so nice allowance race, 5.5 furlongs on the main track. Race 7, race 8, no scratches in race 8. Originally carded main track, 6 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Filly mares 3 and up. Never won 2. Lifetime. We both like the 2 here. Let's start with Toma. I believe Dan Illman from the Daily Racing Form made Toma his best bet of the day. Now she's not in the best of form, but she gets a class relief today for trainer Mark Reed.
Yeah, she's got a surface switch. Second off a little bit of a break. When I tell you, Toma, some speed in here that just goes out and you just can't really trust. That's the key here. And Toma, I think, will be the beneficiary of that and be able to roll up from several lengths out of it around the turn. So yeah, this if she doesn't do it here, I don't know when she's going to do it.
All right, so I use it too in my exact. I'll go with the horse that's been in good form up there at Delaware. A decent price as well, 6-1 here on the 7 Gypsy Girl for Anthony Pecoraro. Pecoraro does well coming down here from Delaware. Carol Sedania will ride. Sedania's aboard for the maiden score, 2 back early September up there at Delaware. It was a maiden 5,000, but he got a 52 buyer speed figure with that win. Then she ran, she ran okay. She had a wide trip last out for 62.50 up there at Delaware. She finished 4th. She's going to have to do a little bit better her today. I'm just hoping she gets a good trip. She's 0 for 1 in the off-going. Hopefully she likes it today. So I'll throw the 7 Gypsy Girl at a decent price on top.
Yeah, I mean, I just worry about her just, is she going to be able to kind of bring a finish with some other speeds in here? I know a horse I don't have in my top mix, but don't baggage check. I keep looking at that breeding. That horse could move up on and off track. And Adabel has to just time the run from the outside. So 2-4-9-5 in the nightcap.
All right, that's it. We're out of time. Good luck on your early pick 4. I'm going to take a swing at both pick 5s today. It's raining. Still raining out there right now, Keith?
Oh, yes, it is. Yes.
All right, the rain's coming down. Sloppy track. Looks like we'll have a sloppy track all afternoon. Dave Robbins coming up next with today's scratches and changes. Good luck.
Good luck.